Hi, my name is Colbert and let's start with Breathedge. This is an ironic outer space survival adventure game where you take on the role of a simple guy called the Man, who is carrying his grandpa's ashes to the galactic funeral and suddenly finds himself in the middle of universal conspiracy. Here a massive space hearse wrecks in deep space, leaving the area filled with debris, coffins, dead passengers and yourself alive. Very much so, but for how long? You have to survive in this interstellar dump, uncover a global conspiracy, save the princess, and prepare for a good dose of a nice humor. Like, really, this game is ridiculous, just like your haircut. This war of mine. He will take care of a group of civilians trying to survive in a besieged city, struggling with lack of food, medicine, and constant danger from snipers and hostile scavengers. The game provides an experience of war seen from an entirely new angle. The pace of a game is imposed by the day and night cycle. During the day, snipers outside stop you from leaving your refuge, so you need to focus on maintaining your hideout, crafting, trading, and taking care of your survivors. And at night, take one of your civilians on a mission to scavenge through a set of unique locations for items that will help you to survive. You know, like medicine for your soul, known as vodka. Wartales. The discount itself is not something that will take your breath away, because this game is new. It was released less than 2 months ago, so any discount is good discount in this situation. It has been 100 years since the world saw the fall of the once great Edoran Empire at the hands of an unprecedented plague that swept the nation. That suspiciously sounds like the real world nowadays. So prepare to lead a group of characters in a huge open world where combat, death, and thirst for riches will shape and define your day-to-day life. You are not a special chosen one ushering in a new era of peace. Nah, your goal is solely to survive and thrive in this harsh and hostile land. Again, just like in the real world nowadays. You can recruit from the vast array of new companions with numerous unique skill sets and weapon preferences, resulting in a plethora of possible builds. You will accept contracts that will take you on a task to defend, liberate, and save the many inhabitants of this land for money. Also, you will be able to collect bounties from the most insignificant petty thieves to the land's most notorious figures. There's no such thing as a profit too small to take. You know, that expensive vodka would not buy itself. No Man's Sky. I call this list week-long deals because the majority of the games are being discounted for exactly 1 week, but some of them have way longer discount timelines, just like No Man's Sky, which will have this pricing until the end of the month. We can all remember that this game was a major flop on release. Mostly negative reviews ruined the day for developers, but they pulled their shit together, put it in a bag so it's together, and instead of abandoning it and crying in the corner, they fixed the game. Well, back then it was basically the same story as what happened with Cyberpunk recently. I still believe that CD Projekt Red will fix the game just because I can see a great example No Man's Sky developers showed us. Your voyage here is up to you. Will you be a fighter preying on the weak and taking their riches, or a merchant who will find rich resources on forgotten worlds and exploit them for the highest prices? Or maybe an explorer, go beyond the known frontier and discover places and things that no one has ever seen before, like a not lying politician. No Man's Sky procedurally generates the whole universe. It's still a bit smaller than your mama, but it will be enough for you to dive in for a few days at least, or maybe more. A lot of people who leave comments on Steam have from about 20 to 150 hours of playtime. That is a great result. The Last Campfire. A single-player puzzle adventure with overwhelmingly positive reviews. That is not what you encounter every day. People on Steam are talking that this is a beautiful story-driven game with a great art and even greater music. The puzzles game throws at you ranges from fairly easy to a medium. Nothing will bend your brains inside out in this game. I don't know if that's good because I like hard puzzles in games. You know, I mean good puzzles that can be solved by pure logic and not by your math skills or some other BS you are supposed to know, but you don't, because 15 years ago, when teacher was talking about this stuff, you were aggressively drawing boobies on the desk with your ballpoint pen. So nothing like that in this game. If you fail here, it's a pure problem of your IQ. I'm sorry. Borderlands 3. Many gamers are, let's say, endowed by the graphics of Borderlands franchise and will rather watch the paint dry than play one of those games. But this looter shooter has a lot of charm, and if you never played any of Borderlands before, third part may be the gem you are looking for. You know, I'll be honest, I'm one of those who would rather stab myself in the knee with a fork than play this game, but I can see the fun that this game allegedly delivers, and I feel obliged to show it to you. The Beast Inside. What a ridiculous price this is! You will see it in a moment. It's really low. He will play as a CIA cryptanalyst Adam, who leaves Boston and moves to the countryside with his wife. The CIA are afraid that they won't be able to keep him safe there, but Adam believes he needs a peaceful place in the woodland. Clearly, he has never watched any horror movies, so he wants to take a shot at a military code in the peaceful location and alter the course of the Cold War. Such a humble guy. And as it turns out, absolutely unexpectedly, this area is quite the opposite of a peaceful place. The game is basically a walking simulator, but in most dangerous situations you will be able to use your gun and shoot your way out. The game focuses on storytelling, puzzle solving, and keeping you on your toes. It's scary. Ryse Son of Rome. Another game with a ridiculous price tag. Game looks like God of War, Shadow of War, and Assassin's Creed smashed together, and that is never a bad thing. He will take on a role of a Roman soldier with the greatest name in gaming history. You are Marius Titus, who joins the army to avenge the slaying of your family, and then become a hero who must fight to save the Roman Empire. Well, we all know that the Roman Empire is no more, so in the end it doesn't really matter what Titus did or didn't. All it matters that Titus has fun by killing hundreds of enemies and did that in satisfying manner. People on Steam are talking that playing as Titus is really nice. The game is short, sweet, and enjoyable. Very positive reviews left by 24,000 buyers can confirm that with ease. So show those non-Romans who's the boss. And you know who is the boss? It's you, Titus.
Titus.
Mafia Definitive Edition. Remastered and re-released in 2020s, the game is a proud owner of very positive reviews on Steam, meaning that this remaster is an absolute success. He will take on a role of a mafioso in the 1930s city of Lost Haven. It's a fictional place, but it's inspired by Chicago. So the city is hit hard by the Great Depression, and the advent of prohibition in America means lucrative business opportunities for mobsters. And let's be fair, for some hero babushkas as well who were brewing their moonshines deep in the cellars. Here the crime families vie for control over the city, even as its few honest policemen scramble to fight crime. Well, as I've said many times before, prohibition in my eyes is a crime against humanity, so those gangsters are just a folk struggling to survive in this authoritarian environment. Solasta, Crown of the Magister. This is one of the coolest party-based RPGs released last year. You will discover the shattered world of Solasta and explore ruins and dungeons for legendary treasures. Many dangers hide in the dark, but a light can also attract monsters scarier than your ex-mother-in-law. Some enemies have dark vision, and some may flee from your torch. Anyway, not the light, but the fire from your fireballs will keep you safe. Just like playing games like these keeps your virginity safe as well. Also, do you know that on GOG there is a huge gaming sale happening right now? Follow my link in the description and you will feel like in paradise. More than 3,000 various deals await you in there. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.